Give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
The Green Bay Packers, in my opinion, are right there with the Philadelphia Eagles as far as the NFC when we're talking Super Bowl contenders, and they better get this done. You add Micah Parsons to this defense that's already a formidable unit, you take a step forward. The expectations are raised for your organization.
Unsportsmanlike.
Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
We're on the Badgers.
It reminds me of our 2016 year.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I think being the underdog is a great thing for Wisconsin football. I think this could be that year.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I got everything I need and nothing that I don't.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light, live on Regent Street as we get set for Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State. 3 o'clock kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium. Jesse Nelson, Adam Mertz, ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brought to you in part by Celebrations Entertainment. Planning events has never been easier. They have complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more fun. They have the big screen that we have here at our tailgate on Regent Street. Jeffrey is the man, especially if you got a live auction going on. I saw him in action a couple of weeks ago. He's the real deal. CelebrationsEntertainment.com to get started today with your next big event. That's Celebrations Entertainment. Fun, memorable events. This will be fun and memorable. Joining us now, you hear him on Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. UW-Madison alum Evan Cohen, live on Regent Street at ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday. Look at this ovation you're getting.
Awesome.
Fan section.
This is awesome. I got to tell you, I'm thinking to myself how old Mertz must feel right now. And the reason why, because Mertz and I have known each other for 25 years probably.
Yeah.
And when I got done with college, I stayed in Madison, and the first person to hire me was standing to my right, Adam Mertz. I was 22 years old. Mertz was running the Capital Times, hired me to write hockey. I know nothing about hockey, but he's like, this guy's going to at least work for me and do whatever the heck I ask him to do for $50 a story. That was the exact rate, by the way. And he like,
Still is, I think.
I'm like, hey, I got a third story this week. He's like, two's fine. And so we're standing here today, and my wife is here, who's also a UW-Madison grad. But the reason Mertz must feel old is my 2 kids are standing in front of me, and it's my son's birthday today.
Oh,
He's 12,
happy birthday!
And my daughter is 9. And so this is I was 22 then. And now I'm old.
So I have a daughter who's a senior at the University of Georgia who's going to be 22 in 2 months. So, yeah.
That's weird.
So, yeah, and the other one just started here.
Wow.
So does that make you feel old?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because they would have been.
One was only born at that point.
Just born.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I think about it, there may have been a time where did you go on paternity leave?
That was pre-paternity leave era.
Because I remember being
that was back then.
And here's
I don't think they ever invented the term
so
yet.
So here's the craziest thing. It actually all comes full circle to Adam Mertz, Jesse, because of this. So last night, I was at the UW Hall of Fame induction ceremony, And Matt LePay, the voice of the Badgers, who has to carry the other guy with him every day, every Saturday, was getting inducted. And I didn't realize what was happening until someone reached out to me. Who's the someone? Andy Baggett. Why did Andy Baggett reach out to me? He was covering hockey at the same time I was at the Wisconsin State Journal, realized his quote-unquote competition was not competition for him, that I was never going to beat him on any story ever, and I had two people consistently helping me grow at that job. One is Adam Mertz, who I worked for, and the other is Andy Baggett, who I worked against. But Andy was involved in the Hall of Fame ceremony last night and reached out to me about this.
Awesome.
So this is just an amazing weekend to be here. There is no better college town in America. It's awesome for me to show it to my kids. It's just seeing all the red and white all over the place. It's just the best. Matt Hamilton's wearing the Brian Robinson double hat thing.
He's got the big hat. Yeah.
It's just the best. It's just the best. There's nothing better than Madison on Saturdays.
We're happy to have you back, and I was wondering what you were doing here. Like, now it makes sense that you're here for the Hall of Fame last night. Like, it's Middle Tennessee.
Want me to leave?
They're the worst-ranked FBS college football team. Like, if you're going to come for a game and bring your family, like, I'm surprised this would be the one.
Okay.
Yeah, last year was Alabama. This year is Middle Tennessee State.
Not good. I was here for the Alabama game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Not good.
You downgraded is what I'm saying.
No, I upgraded. Here's why. They better win. Meaning I want my kids to see a win.
Fair.
So theoretically, if you're going to look at it and you're going to say, okay, what game should you go to have your kids see a win and be able to leave early? That this is the kind of game. So there you go. Get the tornado by 7.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's all starting to add up now. Evan Cohen, UW-Madison alum, host of Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings on ESPN Radio, joins us on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday live from Regent Street. Jesse Nelson and the Mount Horeb School Board president.
How about that?
I bet you when you met him, you said that guy will be the school board president someday.
I don't think I thought that about Mertz. What did I think?
This would be good. I want to hear this.
No, but you at that point when I was working for you, you were transitioning out of writing, obviously,
right.
or at least regularly,
yes,
to managing and operating, and obviously being the editor-in-chief of the editor of the sports department.
Yep.
So I think that hello, Jeannie. Colin there too. So I think I thought that was the direction. School board was not something that I probably thought of at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a side job. It's not how I pay the bills. But
no, but I'm saying I wouldn't actually think about that with you.
No, exactly. When we get older, we get civically oriented is how it works out most of the time.
We do or you do?
I don't know.
I don't think Jesse and I are going to do that.
No?
Not very civically
Jesse's looking for a job that'll pay him the most to work the least.
My wife's on.
He's nodding.
My wife's on the Parks and Rec board in Sun Prairie.
There you go.
Meets once a month virtually. It's a great gig. Yeah.
Once a month.
Cool.
Yeah, and you get paid for that?
She does. Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Runs in our family.
See, there's all these opportunities out there you never know about.
So can I flip the script and can I interview you guys?
Sure.
Bring it.
So it's year 3 for Coach Fickle.
Yes.
They started 1-0. Starting quarterback gets hurt. Today you guys are kind of laughing it off and basically saying they better win today. Next week, Barry Alvarez on your show, right?
The Barry Alvarez Show weekly on ESPN Madison.
Makes the comments that they should be favored next week against Alabama.
He thinks that he would not be surprised to be favored at Alabama.
So do we look at this glass half full or glass half empty? Meaning, glass half full is, after today, hopefully, they're 2-0 and they don't have their starting quarterback. And Barry thinks that they're favorites next week against Alabama. Glass half empty is, who have they played? And Barry may be wrong against Alabama. How do we look at this?
Worst case scenario to me was that Alabama lost to Florida State last week for Wisconsin fans.
That's a fair one. Because you wanted to be the upset team.
Yes, if Alabama goes to Florida State and they win by 7 or 10 and it's close, but people are a little nervous, they don't feel like they need to course correct a bunch. They beat Louisiana Monroe tonight in Tuscaloosa. Next week, Wisconsin comes in and with a healthy quarterback and Billy Edwards can go in there and take care of business. Instead,
so wait, is he playing today?
He's not playing today.
No. So you go right back to him?
That would have been best case scenario.
But are you going right back to him if he's healthy against Alabama?
You have to. Yeah, Danny O'Neill.
There's a difference.
A big difference.
There's
a
difference.
You know? Is there a difference in this uniform?
Yes. There's a difference between those two players.
Billy Edwards is the stereotypical Scott Tolzien game manager type quarterback.
Why is that bad?
We want to see.
Oh, you're saying
that's what we want.
Okay,
yes, we want Billy Edwards out there. He's stable. He's controlled.
Got it.
Danny O'Neill last week comes in. He throws what Mertz, you said, should have been 2 pick sixes. He threw a pick in the end zone. He's young. He's
not necessarily. I think he has to play within himself.
He's a backup.
He's a backup.
He's fine for Middle Tennessee today. He's fine for today. He's not fine if that's your starter at Alabama.
So So Barry's comments in your mind are not that far off if the right guy's playing quarterback.
Right. I think they were wildly outlandish to say with an unhealthy starting quarterback and with Alabama coming off of that loss, there's no way that I agree with Coach on what he said last week.
So I think I think the thing that boggles my mind is favored. To say that they have a chance to win is one thing. To say they're favored, that's not going to happen.
Well, Barry's no dummy. Is he doing that for a reason?
He usually says things for a purpose.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Right. Good follow-up, Jesse. Well trained. So the follow-up would be like, now or never, Coach Fickle. Beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Now, I wouldn't look at Alabama as a team you're supposed to beat, but I would assume Coach Alvarez is pro Coach Fickle and also frustrated that the program that he built is not where it should be, and that there's another program playing right now against Duke with one of his guys that's kicking butt, and that is Coach Bielema, who was on with us this week. And
heard you were pretty giddy about that.
I mean, it's Mertz. It's hard. Yeah. Jesse knows it's hard not to talk to him and be like, I kind of get it.
Right.
I get the sales aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's rebuilt in Illinois that
John,
mentality
John,
they
look
had
at my shirt.
in
this
Madison.
Is good, right?
So I'm going to differ with Jesse on the Florida State thing. I think that actually plays out very well in Wisconsin's favor. There are so many questions and internal doubts inside that Alabama program at this point. I love that kind of chaos. I think that's good. I think that's good for a team coming in. I really think that there are some fundamental issues, and that's what Barry elaborated about a little bit, is that this is not a Nick Saban team anymore.
Here's my issue with that. Not Barry's comments, because that's factual.
Amen.
I've gone nuts on our show, 5 to 9 here on ESPN Madison, 5 to 7 on ESPN Milwaukee, 5 to 9 on ESPN Beaver Dam. Anyway, on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio. Right? Good?
Very good show.
Okay.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying good show. I'm saying.
I thought you were fishing for a compliment. It is a good show, and
I
yes,
went
you got
nuts.
that all accurate.
Thank
yes.
you. I went nuts on our show that people are trying to fire Kalen DeBoer of Alabama. Like this, you can't get a guy whose resume is better than his upon entering a job like that. I compared it to Roy Williams going to North Carolina. They lost the national championship at Kansas, unbelievable resume, and then he goes to UNC. I'm not suggesting that Kalen DeBoer is going to win championship after championship, but can we give him a minute? That's where, Mertz, I'm on the side of Jesse of Alabama refocus still scares me a little bit.
Well, it's still Alabama down there in Tuscaloosa, and now that they have a chip on their shoulder because they got embarrassed in week 1. Now, I will say this, that didn't look like a good football team in Alabama last week. They were getting beat up. They were getting pushed
every
around,
aspect of the game.
And if Wisconsin
But that's the point that you're making, is that they didn't look that way last week, and so
right. I think they're going to be dialed in and focused. If they look that way again against Monroe tonight and they struggle, then I'm going to feel really good.
Yeah,
because then we're going to be saying, okay, this is a team that if we can run the football effectively, which is what the whole emphasis this offseason was on and bringing this new coordinator, we can go there and run the football, control tempo, old school Wisconsin, go beat them. Absolutely, I think we could do that. But.
So what are we as a program right now?
What are identity, are you saying? Or just
what are we?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough thing to say, to put the finger on at this point. Aspiration would be
aspiration.
Aspiration.
The company that Kawhi is getting paid for. That's what we are. We're a fraud. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Right.
That's literally, Mertz, the name of the company that is a fraudulent company that was paying Kawhi Leonard. That's the term you have to start with.
It's Wisconsin football right now. What are we as a great? You tell us. You're from the national perspective as an alum of the school. What are we?
Here, we're here. We're a program. We have the best fans. We have the best campus. We have the best women's programs. We have an amazing basketball program. We have amazing facilities. I didn't answer the question, but that's the answer to the question.
You know what I think we are?
I mean, I hate to say, and by the way, we hired a guy that is an obvious hire.
Yeah.
No one that I talk to, and I have a very close friend who is very close with Fickle. He's an athletic director. Tried to hire him a million times. Loves him. All I hear is great things. I can see it now. I'm not calling him out or anything like that. I'm just saying, let's go. Let's see it a little bit here. Let's win 55-3 today. I think that's putting us in some great category, but an empty fourth quarter from fans is not the worst thing today.
Absolutely.
So here's my assessment. Here's my assessment of where we're at, and I'll compare it to the SEC. Wisconsin was Texas A&M. Always ranked, always close, never over the hump. Hired a new coach to try to become Alabama or LSU. and instead we became
Oh, okay. If you want to go that route.
Arkansas?
Okay, so let's do it this way.
Now we're Arkansas.
Okay, so I was in school here from 98 to 02. Okay? Do I need Ashton saying old in front of me when I say that?
It's not very nice.
I just left. Ashton Rotman runs content at ESPN Madison. I just left a private tour at the Kohl Center with my kids before I'm about to take them on the field. Hopefully they don't hear this, at the Camp Randall. And I stop here, and I need to hear how old I am? Really, Ash? Anyway, I mean, you're right. But so 98 to 02. And if you remember, Mertz, during that time, we were unbelievable at football, 2 Rose Bowls. But the fan conversation was like, now that we've graduated to that, what's next?
Yeah.
Can we be national champions? Can we be
Yes.
national champions? And the answer is no. And so what the hire was trying to get someone who had the national championship aspiration because he's an Ohio State guy. I think the previous 2, let's leave Gary Anderson to the side, Paul Chris and Brett Bielema, realized the national championship is the Rose Bowl for us. The old school version of the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we probably need to get back to and stop playing for the overall title and play for our version of the title. Does that make sense?
So at this point in time, given the modern landscape of college football, it's a playoff berth. Correct?
Okay.
Isn't it a playoff? Isn't that what you're playing for?
Hosting,
not a conference championship.
Hosting a playoff game here.
If we retroactively apply what I just said to those years, because you're talking about 4 bowl games, 2 teams, so
right. So the same kind of level.
And they would have been in the playoff a bunch of times in that span of 25 years.
Yes,
that's correct.
Yeah.
And do you see us in the playoff in the next few years?
Not at this rate. Not at this rate. This has been a much more difficult rebuild than I would have expected.
Why?
There's
doesn't donate enough money.
So there's that. There's that.
Part of it. Yeah.
I also think that this talent pool was eroded significantly under Paul Chris the last couple of years. The lack of emphasis on recruiting.
Of
absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. And then I think you throw in NIL portal on top of it. Coming in, there's just been a lot of dynamics here. And I think he made a supremely bad choice. I will argue not as much in the style as in the person of hiring Phil Longo as his offensive coordinator. I think that was a terrible decision on his part. I think Phil's got a kind of screw loose, and he's not a team player. They had no association with each other at all, and they had no chemistry with each other.
But he's not here anymore, right?
He's not here. Yeah. He pulled the plug on him and went to Jeff Grimes, who's more of the style that logically you would have expected him to come in with at the outset. And I think he tried to make too big of a splash probably in his mind. He overreached. It's like, we're going to come in, we're at this dynamic, we're going to attract all these top-tier skill players to Wisconsin because I know we can get the grunts, the beef. And it has not panned out that way.
So in building a roster, that is Wisconsin College Gameday. Go ahead.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light, joined by Evan Cohen, host of Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. Evan.
So, thank you, Jesse. So, in building it, you guys want to go back to give me Joe Thomas at left tackle, give me Tausch at right tackle, give me a running back that is 10 pounds heavier than an SEC running back, give me a fullback, give me a quarterback like Tolzien or like Bollinger's amazing. But give me somebody like that. I don't need superstars. I need just 3 yards every play, 3.5 yards every play on average, get a couple of first downs, be boring, and win football games that way.
I want to see.
I'm okay with that. By the way,
I want to see the 2020s version of that. I want to see an evolution.
Yes.
Like I don't want to be 1998, but I want it to be the 2025, 6, 7 version of what that offense.
But
looks
the weird part about that then becomes, don't we need more money for that? And what I mean by that is, that doesn't attract people that have other offers. So we need to top other offers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I am not as returned to old school maybe as Jesse is or other people are. What I think was the golden opportunity missed was Graham Mertz coming in here, a guy who's got a lot of talent, who was, like, whatever you want to say, misused, mismanaged, misguided. He's in the NFL.
Texans never texted me back when I tried to get him on with you guys, but nonetheless.
Interesting. Did you drop my name? We have the same last name.
Yeah. You think that would have worked?
I don't know. He got a kick out of it the one time that he
figured it out. For 3 years.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the opportunity, I feel like, to play the old school grinding ball with a guy who can throw the ball around a little bit and has some arm strength. And it just didn't come to fruition.
You know what's amazing, and it goes back to how awesome Badger fans are? there's not one less person here at Wisconsin College Game Day with ESPN Wisconsin, or that'll be there today because our program is not where it once was. Not one less person. I mean, think about that.
Yep.
I'm walking around this morning, and I know there's the Ironman here in Madison, but I'm walking around this morning, and, I mean, the farmer's market is packed. You can't even move. State Street packed. I mean, it's unbelievable. It never gets old. It's the best place in the world.
There is nothing like the electricity of downtown Madison on a football game day.
Unreal.
We're glad you're a part of it here today. Go enjoy the game today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks for stopping by, Evan.
Good job.
Evan Cohen.
Good to have you on, Evco.
Thank you.
UW-Madison alum, host of Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. Joining us here on Regent Street at ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day. Brought to you in part by Canopy Wealth Management, where they carry a long-standing tradition of working in the best interest of their clients every day. The team at Canopy emphasizes building local relationships and believe that values matter and strengthen their communities. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. We made a promise to you last week. Mertz and I are going to give our game picks early in all of our pregame shows.
God!
And we're going to do that next on ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
My overall experience with Gruber Law offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Attention business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard.
Soldiers train to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
We're on the Badgers.
Team's in a good spot. Culture's in a really good spot.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
And now it's just about, hey, can you get back to that bowl game and hopefully get one or two of those marquee ones.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Special thanks again to Evan Cohen, host of Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings on ESPN Radio, UW-Madison alum, joining us on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light. Always cool when some of the celebrities roll out here. And we said we got Matt Hamilton, we have Evan Cohen, the voice of Wisconsin volleyball. John Audius is in the house today. It's like when the game in Brazil last night on YouTube, they're showing Ronaldo and all these stars.
All the cutaways.
Yeah. Taylor Swift. Well, we got our own version of that here on Regent Street at ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday. It is brewed by Coors Light. Do want to remind you, save money, save the planet, ditch the energy bill, and make the switch over to Everlight Solar, your solar local energy company based in Madison. Visit everlightsolar.com to learn more and make the switch today. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Wisconsin Middle Tennessee State this afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium. It is a whiteout. A lot of the fans here in downtown Madison got the memo. There are a lot of them wearing white throughout the course of our tailgate today and around downtown as they get ready to head into the stadium. With that in mind, let's make our game picks.
Will we be jumping around?
Big win for Luke Fickell and Wisconsin.
Or will it be heartbreak for the Badgers?
Feel bad for the Badgers. They gave it their all. One too many mistakes.
It's time to make our picks on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday.
Wisconsin listed as a 28.5 point favorite today. 28.5 is the spread according to ESPN Bet. Over under 44.5 total points. I'll go first because I don't go
Take
first.
it, Jesse.
I think Middle Tennessee scores first.
Wow.
I think out of the gate.
What kind of score?
I think Middle Tennessee gets the ball, and I think they go down the field and they put points on the board right away, and we all go, whoa! And then Wisconsin takes it from there. Ground and pound, heavy Dylan Jones day, hopefully a big Cade Giacomelli day by the time we get to late in this game. 38-6. Wisconsin covers and takes care of Middle Tennessee State.
Are you just rooting for suspense? Is that where your Middle Tennessee first drive score comes from?
Yeah, like wasn't there a game many years ago? Wisconsin scored first and then lost like 50-3 to Ohio State. Miami, yes. So
yes.
The we scored first.
We scored first.
Like
chant.
Middle Tennessee, whatever fans they bring here, we scored first can be their chant today. If they go up 3-0 after the first drive, we're like, oh wow, and then take it from there.
So,
easy money.
So they'll take home $1.2 million, which is their payday, and the pride of knowing that they were leading.
We scored first.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Better than losing by 20 to Austin Peay at home.
Absolutely. And this is a team that had a quarterback who's thrown for 3,000 yards each of the last 2 years, but his QBR last week, Jesse, was 3.5. That's great for a grade point average, not so much for a quarterback grade.
3.5.
3.5. They were 0 for on third down. The Badgers shut down. Miami is an 0 for on third down. There's not a lot to give you much optimism here if you are the Blue Raiders of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And they won't have much fun out there today other than being in an atmosphere like this at Camp Randall Stadium. I've got the Badgers winning 41-6. And for those of you, since you brought up the over at 44, I caught a little stat. 2-7 in the last 9 games at Camp Randall. The over is 2-7.
A lot of unders.
A lot of
backup quarterback play.
Exactly. I don't think that's going to be a hindrance today. I'm with you in that I think they're going to get the ground game going. I think you're going to see some big yardage gains from Dylan Jones, from Darian Dupree, from Cade Giacomelli, and with a sprinkling of passes from Danny O'Neill.
Riley Yauk hosts the postgame show. He's back in the Everlight Solar studio. Riley, your pick for today.
Let's be real, guys.
FCS Austin Peay dropped 34 points on this Middle Tennessee defense. I don't care who our quarterback is. They could throw Nathaniel Vakos out at quarterback today. The Wisconsin Badgers are putting up a 50-burger. My final score prediction, 52-3. Badgers cover with emphasis today. And if they don't at least cover today, I will be very disappointed and a little more concerned heading into Alabama next week.
Riley Yauk and Josh DiMaggio have the postgame show covered today, streaming on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels.
So we all have Middle Tennessee State scoring.
Yeah, they're going to put points on the board.
They can manage a field goal.
The odds of back-to-back shutouts is incredibly unlikely for this defense.
I would agree with that. I think the points are going to come late for Middle Tennessee, if at all. That's my difference from you, basically.
Okay, so I think they score first. You think they score garbage time late against the second or third stringers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Badgers had 54 guys that they played last week, and I think they're going to look to boost that more. I mean, because, as Evan was saying, this is the one game on the schedule that you circle if you want to win. And this is the one game where I think that the Badgers will have the luxury to get some young guys out there. So I think it's important for them to get off to a big start, have a really nice first half, coast comfortably in the third quarter, and the fourth quarter is second and third string time.
ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day brought to you in part by the Gordon Flesh Company. For more than 65 years, Gordon Flesh Company has been providing the cutting-edge technology for companies of all sizes as the nation's largest Canon and Lexmark dealer. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more. Coming up next, another special guest is scheduled to stop by our Starion Bank broadcast booth here on Regent Street at ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day. And he's very familiar with this broadcast booth. He's hosted the show the last couple of years. Colin Russo of ESPN West Palm down in Florida, UW-Madison alum. He's also back. I wonder if he's got anything special planned, if he was introducing anyone at the Hall of Fame last night. Colin Russo coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts. We're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
We're on the Badgers.
The schedule, as we all know, it's very challenging, daunting, however you want to describe it.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
He wants guys who want to jump at the opportunity to play against a schedule like that.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light, live on Regent Street as we get set for Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State. 3 o'clock kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium this afternoon. ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday brought to you in part by Liberty Station, and I'm about to tell you about the best deal in sports. Our friends at Liberty Station run a game day shuttle program during home games this football season. That's today, that was last Thursday, and that's every other home football game in Madison for the rest of the year. And if you're driving up here, what do you complain about? Parking. Where do you park? You got to pay a ton of money downtown. You can't find a spot downtown on the street. Well, guess what? Liberty Station, you get a round-trip ride to Camp Randall and a Coors Light in hand for just $20. You park just on the west side of town. You don't have to worry about coming downtown. Get some delicious food like we have catered here at our tailgate. You get a Coors Light. You get a shuttle ride down. They do it at the top of the hour, 2 hours before and 1 hour before the game. Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse, located just off the Beltline on the west side of Madison on Rim Rock Road. It is our pleasure now to be joined by another special guest joining us here at ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday today. Former host of this show, he now hosts Russo and Rizzo, or is it Rizzo and Russo?
Russo and Rizzo.
Depends who you ask, I suppose. On ESPN West Palm down in Florida, he is Colin Russo. Welcome back, Colin.
Well, first of all, only my favorite program in the history of radio going on right now at the Regent Street tailgate. Adam Mertz, it's good to have you back.
So good to be back with you, Colin.
Adam Mertz and I, we broke down a lot of bad Wisconsin losses immediately after the fact. This was, we were there for the Christa when he was out, and then all of a sudden it shifted to Fickle, that first year of Fickle. We had a very interesting time in my time here doing the ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday. So I had a great time. First of all, a little bit of an upgrade here. We got the video stream now.
Yeah,
we didn't have that.
No.
Hold on.
I know.
They get the face for radio. We get him out of town, and all of a sudden we upgrade.
You left. We had a little more in the budget.
Right,
we could do some things.
Right.
Right.
You lose the salary. All right, now let's get some cameras. All right, perfect. But I'm happy to be here. It's so good to be back in Madison. What a beautiful day for a game. What a beautiful! It's 62 degrees, sunny. Yeah. This is I know it's
football
a little early.
What I described at the top of the show is you have your choice of attire today. Fans who want to bundle up can do it. Fans who want to wear the bibs without a shirt can go ahead and do that. You got everything in play today on a beautiful sunny day.
And I live in Florida, so it's 500 degrees every day. So coming in and it's 60 degrees, this is perfect
and
for me.
No humidity.
I know in 3 weeks you guys are going to have to bring your snow boots to work. That's a problem. But for me, on a weekend, this is great.
Right. Florida man Colin Russo joining us here.
It's too hot.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday. So you're a UW-Madison alum. What do you think here as we head into year 3 of Luke Fickle?
All right, so coming into the year, I saw the schedule. We all saw the schedule. And you look at the schedule and you're thinking, this is what Florida had last year, and Florida went 6-6 and kept their coach around. Wisconsin has got, are they going to be favored in October at all? Like, this is a tricky schedule that they have. So coming in, I can't say I had a ton of confidence. Classic me, not having a ton of confidence in what's going on with Fickell. But coming after last week, the same thing again. And you got the Billy Edwards who, tweaks his knee on a non-contact injury. I know he's going to be okay, but it sounds like Fickell's got a little bit of a dark cloud of luck over him. But my pulse to the team is this defense looks a lot, at least in the first week, looked outstanding. You can't get a read on Miami of Ohio, of all places. But with Alabama coming up next week, all right, let's gauge this really quick. Jesse, are you pro this team can beat Alabama just because of what Alabama did last week?
I need to see what happens for both teams today, but no, I am adamantly opposed to the notion that Barry Alvarez suggested that Wisconsin's going to be a favorite at Alabama.
That's going to be an 18. He said that? That's
he
going to be. That's
he
going to
did
be.
say that.
Oh yeah, that's going to be an 18-point line.
Yeah.
Adam Mertz,
Yes.
are you on the team that this Alabama game is going? Is there even a fraction of possibility that Wisconsin could go and beat them after what we saw last week from them?
No. What I saw last week, I mean, a fraction of hope.
I mean, based
Sure.
on Alabama stunk last week.
And that's
they
what
were
I'm saying.
not good.
That's what I'm saying.
They were
So,
not- they were not
Alabama is mortal. That was the
Yes.
takeaway.
They bleed, yes.
Yes. But I didn't see enough out of last week. And with Danny O'Neal at quarterback, my hope goes away. If Billy Edwards is in and he's like dominant again this week and they look like they're getting more rhythm, I'm like, okay, they got a puncher's chance to at least make this close.
Yeah, right.
And then see what happens in a football game.
Right. So, I mean, with the schedule that they have, I mean, I can't say would we be pleased with a bowl game? Absolutely. That's where we're at, right?
Yes.
A
Yes.
bowl game out of this season, you're thinking
Yes.
this was a success. And it's a shame to say, I know Brad Nortman's not with us today, but Brad would be like, back when I played, a bowl game was, we would hit that and then we'd go to Thanksgiving.
It was
And,
an afterthought.
Yeah, it was
Right.
October
Right.
when we hit the bowl game.
Right.
And that's where you got to hope that they find their footing. I was thinking about this the other day. Ever since NIL came about, Wisconsin has not had a great team for sure, even a good team. So that makes you nervous since 2019 was really the last time that this team was really in the thick
Yes.
of it. Ever since NIL came about, Wisconsin has not adjusted as well as I maybe hoped for, especially with Fickell.
So as you watch from afar now down in SEC country or ACC country, or
It's a mixture of everything because they got Miami, Florida, and Florida State. They got a little bit of everything.
do they have a team out a Mountain West team yet, or is that not
No,
impact of
not
Florida
yet,
yet?
just Florida.
Stanford's in the ACC. Anything's possible.
Yeah, right.
So as you watch from afar, your school, you're proud to be back here. You love game day atmosphere. We all know that. We all, as Badgers, are proud of this program. How do you feel about your school, your program at this moment in time?
From a school, this is the best school in the country. This is the best college town in the country. This is the best place to go enjoy football season because I think Wisconsin fans, as a state, Wisconsin fans, it's a contagious group to be around. I love it out here. As for the teams, I mean, dare I say, I don't have a ton of confidence. I'm not here with ESPN Madison every day, and I know ESPN Madison, you guys, our optimism is contagious. I'm sitting there in Florida as the only Wisconsin fan in 62 miles, and I'm sitting there thinking, this team is not playing well. This team's not very good. And after what I saw last week and last year, I can't blame myself for not having a ton of confidence here. So that's my ultimate takeaway. But, I mean, all you got to do is surprise me once. All you got to do is surprise me once. One big win would change my outlook. I'm so short-sighted with it. I'm just looking for one, Jesse. I'm looking for one. If they beat Michigan in that second week of October, all of us, I don't care if Michigan stinks or not. If we beat Michigan, the outlook of my perception, and I think a lot of other people's, Wisconsin needs a marquee win under Fickell. And they haven't necessarily, they took Oregon down to the wire last year, but they haven't had a marquee win. Find that, and I think that's going to change things. But I can't say I have a ton of confidence from where we're at.
You know what I sense out of you? Because last year you were angry about this.
You called in a few times in that postgame
sure
show.
did.
And I almost sense some level of, I don't know, of acceptance.
Wisdom.
Is going on wisdom. You've been beaten down enough.
My old age is I've quit the game. No, so last year, last year we walked in, Van Dyke came in, we had all that confidence.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where after seeing what happened and how it sort of just fell apart slowly, that to me, annoyed me and that angered me. Coming in, I have the whole offseason to look at that schedule. I'm thinking we're going to have 5 ranked games. What do you expect? Yeah. So I was annoyed last Thursday. If I called in last Thursday night, I would have been a little upset. So rather,
a little past your bedtime in your old age.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Especially my race tomorrow. Indeed. But after that, it was 3-0 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, Jesse. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, what is going on? I don't care if it's you or me at quarterback.
Yeah.
This is Miami of Ohio.
Yes.
This is a MAC school.
Yes.
And with a 28-year-old quarterback, Daquan Finn, who can't move the ball down the field, how is it 3-0 with 4 minutes to go? And I don't care if Billy Edwards went down. Just because the quarterback goes down should not derail the entire offensive game plan. I know that sounds crazy, but part of me feels like Wisconsin just has not been able to adjust. If in the old days, that rushing attack teams, vertical down the nose of the defense, if you lose a quarterback, you can still run the football. They're still going to control the pace of the play. That doesn't happen anymore. Once they lose the quarterback, and I understand, I haven't seen anything from Billy Edwards yet to, he's the next one, but when he went down, they had no answers. None. They it worked out towards the fourth quarter. They, ran out of gas. But I'm sitting here thinking there's no answer when one thing goes wrong in the game plan. No answer. This is me accepting our State of the Union, I guess, with Wisconsin. Well, let me get your senses. You guys are here every week doing this great tailgate, seeing this team week in and week out. Are you more confident than what I am sitting here right now?
So, and Evan asked us a similar question when he hopped on a little bit earlier, too. What I can say is I liked what I saw in the style of the offense last week.
Okay, that I could agree with.
I wish a quarterback would stay healthy for Luke Fickell so that for an entire season we could judge what this offense and what his system looks like with QB1. So I feel bad for Luke Fickell that now he's for the third year in a row, no matter how much time Billy Edwards misses, it ruins the rhythm out of the start of the season. It ruins, even if he comes back in 2 weeks or next week, it's still, he won't be the same that he would have been if he was healthy the first 2 weeks going to Alabama that he will be no matter what next week. And so for that reason, he's been unlucky. And I don't know, if there's anything that you can do or if that's just, a miracle of life the way that it is.
The Ohio State gods telling him they shouldn't have went to Wisconsin.
I feel for him. I like that it was more ground and pound. I like that they were dominating more in the trenches last week. And if they can do the same today, I think they have a chance to control tempo against Alabama next week, which could give them the best chance to go there and get an upset victory or at least stay competitive.
You almost would rather play Alabama when they're 2-0. So they haven't had their terrible game.
Worst case scenario was Alabama losing to Florida State the way they did.
Now, I think this from Florida's perspective. Florida's got LSU in a week. LSU already had that marquee win over Clemson. If LSU lost that game, I would be nervous for Florida. Now, honestly, the fact that you have that big win, the teams let their guard down a little bit. So I think Alabama's going to be pissed off. Whether you think they stink or not, whether you think the head coach should be out of there or not, they're going to be pissed off. And they got better athletes than Wisconsin.
I'm still the outlier here in terms of I think that showed major chinks in the armor for Alabama.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that.
So I'm I didn't mind that a bit. If they were lost by a few points or something like that, big deal. But I think they got exposed as not very good right now. But I'm not saying anything. That means nothing about Wisconsin's chance.
That is a mutually exclusive independent thought from Wisconsin.
Very separate.
Not good
Very
for
separate.
Alabama standards.
Yes.
Still probably going to be favored by 14.
However, I really liked what I saw of the defense last week for
The
Wisconsin.
defense was great, no doubt.
They look spot on. I like the athletes that they have out there, which I felt was lacking the last couple of years. Just seeing the explosiveness, a lot more beef inside on the interior D. They got guys that can hold up. They wore down last year.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough. They just didn't have enough up front.
We need some answers at left tackle. That's one thing.
Huge issues at left tackle. We talked about that. That's got to get fixed.
Huge
That's
issues.
got to get fixed
Miami
today.
of Ohio, it's like Michael Strahan is sitting there on Miami of Ohio, apparently, in the backfield every play, five straight plays.
Seriously.
What are we doing? So
Seriously.
I was a little annoyed by that. That was my moment where I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Correct.
Last thing for you, Colin.
Yes.
What the heck are you doing here?
So everybody comes in. It's funny. I walked into ESPN Madison on Thursday, and I didn't necessarily brief anybody on what's going on here. So they're like, oh, you're here for the game this weekend? This is early time of the year, coming into a game. I'm like, no, I'm doing the Ironman this weekend. This is the first weekend of September. Madison is a huge Ironman event. You ever heard of a quarter-life crisis? I think that's where we're at. So I think that's where we're at. So I'm 23 years old, random day in January. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know how to swim very well. I don't like biking at all. I like running in moderation. Let's try an Ironman. So over the next
one of
course.
the toughest physical competitions there is.
So over the next course of the 7 months, I hated every second of the bike. I didn't like 1 minute on the bike since then. I did a half in Boulder in June.
Yeah.
I did that on a $200 road bike that I picked up at a used bike store. It's all about guts, Jesse. It's all about guts. And
tight budget.
Yeah, right. And everybody's got these little spaceships that are $15,000.
Oh, yeah.
And that they have to finance with
so
the
you
bank.
have no aero bars either? Do you have some aero bars now?
All right, that was the half.
Okay.
The full is 112 miles of the bike through Verona, so it's like a hilly. I got a better bike for that. I got a $700 bike for that one.
Oh,
so I
big
traded
upgrade.
Yeah, big upgrade. That's
upgrade.
that is a lot of money. And but it's not with a $15,000 machine. So I'm doing the Ironman. It starts tomorrow.
Amazing.
Starts tomorrow. It's going to take all day. I'm missing the whole week of football, which I don't like. They only have these fulls, 7 a year. There's one in Wisconsin. Yeah. What am I not going to do it? I went to school here.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to go to I don't need to go to Lake Placid and do it. I want to do it here.
Right.
So I'm going to miss the whole day of games. Luckily, my wonderful mother is here, Jean Russo, and she's going to give me the score updates throughout. So we're going to coordinate some spots where I know to look for.
So wait a minute. You're going to be biking through Verona. You're going to get to a stop sign. Oh, Ma. Yeah.
Center Alvarez. Are we in the third set?
Cardinals are up 7-3 on the Colts. Oh, great.
I got your Mount Horeb score updates.
Yeah,
right?
give me the Mount Horeb score updates.
Yeah.
We got the Jags-Panthers, that Lion-Packer game. I'm going to probably miss the entire game. If I race well, I will catch the second half of Sunday Night Football. That is the goal.
Right, that's a goal.
That's the
goal.
goal. If I
Goal
catch
has
the
been
second
set.
half of Sunday Night Football, Colin's a happy camper. But it's going to take me all day. I start tomorrow at 7 a.m. with the swim, then the bike, then the run. Luckily, the run's all through campus. I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous as heck, but I'm looking forward to it. So we'll
awesome.
see.
Sounds like when you're done, you're going to need an ice cold Coors Light.
That's right. I'm going to need a Coors Light, and I'm going to be over at the hotel with a bunch of ice packs and maybe a 6-pack of Coors Light. My mom's like, "You're not drinking after this." I'm like, "Mom, I am having a Coors Light after this."
You hosted the show for a couple of years ago. For old time's sake, you want to tell everybody about Coors Light?
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday is presented by Coors Light. When you need to refresh on game day, choose a beer that's as cold as the Rockies. That's cold filtered, cold lagered, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Jesse, when the mountains are blue, you know what to do. That's crush a Coors Light 2025 Coors Brewing Company. That's Golden, Colorado. That's my favorite read I've ever done in my entire
I'm sure
life.
it is.
We love our Coors Light, and I will have a
like riding a bike.
like riding a bike. But I actually enjoy the Coors Lights.
I don't think it is like riding a bike for him at all, based on what we just heard.
Some people love that. Are you a biker? Do you like that stuff?
I like biking.
You like biking?
I like biking.
Do you like biking?
Nah, hurts my butt.
I don't like it. So, some people love it. They swear
You
by
just
it.
get bored. Are you just out there bored? Like,
no
what
music.
am I doing?
No music. So no phones and music. No headphones.
Oh, yeah.
So
just you
Lord,
and the road.
You and
Lord
your
knows
brain.
what I'm going to think
You
about.
and your brain.
I'm going to be thinking. Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Sonnets, poems. I'm going to start. It's going to be a major problem for everybody involved. And my mother's not going to recognize my personality once I get out of that
Be a
race.
changed man about 9 p.m. tomorrow night Central Time. Colin, good luck in the Ironman.
I appreciate it.
Tomorrow.
Thank you guys
Good
for having me on.
luck. Good luck,
Let's
Colin.
hopefully
Thanks for
Wisconsin
stopping by.
a good win today. How's that?
That'd be
There you
very
go.
nice. And
Let's do
next
it.
week, too. Let's go for it. Why not? Second hour of our show is going to be absolutely loaded. We're going to hear the best of Barry Alvarez. We're going to talk about some picks for around the rest of college football. That's all still to come. Don't go anywhere as we count down to kick off Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State coming up at 3 o'clock at Camp Randall Stadium. We're with you until then on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 crafted flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Nortman.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Madison, Wisconsin is as good as it gets.
It's all about the Badgers.
Go Badger! Go Badger!
Games like this is what really separates college football from everything else.
Open up the history books. Here comes Rondell.
That was J.J. Watt, and what a story this young man is.
Gordon again. What a performance by Melvin Gordon.
And the pass rush gets home for the Badgers. Camp Randall lets it roar.
This is ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels. I'm Jesse Nelson, live on Regent Street as we get you set for the Wisconsin Badgers and the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders coming your way. 3 o'clock scheduled kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium. ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday brought to you in part by Metro Ford of Madison, Madison's trusted Ford dealer. Whether you need to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford, Metro Ford is the place to go. Visit Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today or go to their website, metrofordofmadison.com. See this month's specials and browse their inventory. What a wild first hour of ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday we just experienced. Evan Cohen, Colin Russo hopping on for very different reasons. Their travels bring them to downtown Madison back to cheer on their school where they graduated from. Very different years and decades. I don't need to point out how old anyone feels anymore, but Mertz, that was fun having both of those guys stop back, and two people who you have heard regularly on our airwaves, these stations, for the last several years, and in Evan's case, for many more to come, and I think Colin has a lot of great stuff in his future lined up too.
Absolutely, and it's just so fun to see this world through their eyes again, when they're not here every week, when they're coming back and just reminding us how special this place is on a game day. And we've got just a rocking crowd here. I think it was Evan was pointing out, it's Middle Tennessee State. You know, this people aren't here for an Ohio State game. They're here because they want to be part of this scene. They want to cheer on their Badgers today.
Wisconsin, Middle Tennessee State coming up at the top of the hour. Wisconsin is listed as a 28.5-point favorite for this contest this afternoon. We're going to continue to break it down. Barry Alvarez had some commentary I want to make sure we play for everyone. We have our Scotty Says segment still coming up with some special guests here at our Regent Street tailgate. Hopefully they perform a little better than our team did in week one during our pregame show last week. And then we'll get to our picks around the world of college football as well, all still coming up. So don't go anywhere. We're still with you until 3 o'clock. It's ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light. We're also brought to you in part by Starion Bank. Experience a banking relationship where your goals are their priority. As a community bank with commitment to Dane County, Starion Bank redefines local banking in the Madison area. Visit one of their convenient branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, or Monona today, or online at starionbank.com. From the Starion Bank broadcast booth at the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day tailgate on Regent Street, this is ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light, live from Regent Street as we get set for Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State. 3 o'clock kickoff here this afternoon at Camp Randall Stadium. Jesse Nelson, Adam Mertz. No Brad Nortman this week for good reason. He'll tell you all about it when the time comes. Looking for a reliable roofing and home restoration company in Wisconsin. Maybe someone more reliable to show up to do this show than Brad Nortman is. Do I get to say that right now? Badgerland Exteriors is here to help. Residential and commercial roofing, siding, and solar. Badgerland Exteriors has you covered. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started today on your next project. We could break down Wisconsin, Middle Tennessee State all we want, but we have someone a little more qualified than the two of us to talk about it. Every week on ESPN Madison, you get to hear the Barry Alvarez Show with former director of athletics and, of course, legendary Wisconsin football coach Barry Alvarez. They did name the field after him at Camp Randall Stadium. We get to talk to him every week. Let's hear the best of Barry.
Let's hear what the coach had to say.
Why did they do that? Because it makes sense. If you got a half a yard, you start a yard away. You start closer. You don't have to run 5 yards. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
This is the best of Barry.
Don't be so touchy.
On ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday.
I love that.
I didn't catch that last week. But don't be touchy.
Don't be touchy. Don't be so touchy.
That's beautiful.
Barry Alvarez.
Barry's the best.
Ryan
absolutely.
produces that show, and he produces this show, and he hosts our postgame show coming up after the game today on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels. So we've heard a lot from our guests that have joined us, Evan Cohen, Colin Russo, about this Alabama take that Barry had. We should probably play it for everybody since we've talked so much about it. Here's what Barry Alvarez said about next week's game. Alabama, that game got a lot more compelling, I think, in a lot of ways all of a sudden when Wisconsin goes to Tuscaloosa in a couple of weeks.
I think we can – I said this before the season started. We can compete against Alabama. And not only compete, we can win that football game. There's no question in my mind.
I would guess right now we'll be favorites going into that game.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm just watching Alabama play. That is not a Nick Saban Alabama team. And whether Nick was there or not, and I have great respect for him, believe me. And whoever was there, we would go in there and compete well and have a chance. I'm guessing we will be favorites going in that game.
Well, there it is, Mertzy. Full context. What do you think?
I love that he repeated it at the end just to make sure that you heard what he said. I also liked your so quiet. Wow.
You're
floored. You're floored.
There aren't many moments hosting the shows that I'm part of where my jaw drops and I am speechless, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
When he said that, and he genuinely, Barry doesn't say things he doesn't believe. He genuinely believes that.
I know. The thing that floors me is the favored.
We got a really good chance.
You don't control that. And it's just like the reputation alone is going to have Alabama favored in that game. It has to be. But I love that he has that much confidence in what he's seeing, and what I heard out of that was Alabama is not good. That's what I heard Barry saying.
Next clip I want to get to in the best of Barry is about the style of the offense that the Badgers have been playing, because we've spent a lot of time talking about that throughout the first portion of our show as well. So here is what the coach said about the style of offense and the ground and pound attack that we saw on full display last week against Miami, Ohio.
I like that. I like the fact that you have three that you can trust. I like the fact that they used all three significantly, and because that plays well. It keeps them healthy throughout the year. If something happens, you still have depth. And so this team is trying to draw an identity to who they are on offense, and I really like that. And I like the identity they've chosen.
Like the identity they've chosen, Mertzy. I agree with them. What do you think?
Yeah, and I was thinking back a little bit to the running back situation last year. You had the awkwardness with Ches Malusi coming back as a senior, coming back off another injury, and they eased him out is probably the easiest way to say of the program. But they were having a really hard time distributing carries early last season and figuring out who to work in and when. And frankly, like Dylan Jones and Darian Dupree weren't there yet. they're like on the cusp right now. Those guys are both there. They're good running backs. I love that we got to see Cade also. His being abandoned basically for the last 8 games made no sense to me. Yeah. And I do love that you have 3 guys. It's obviously going to be 2 that are going to get the bulk of the carries, but why not have them all featured in some way, shape, or form? And Grimes, that's part of Grimes' signature too, to spread it out.
Last clip from Barry Alvarez last Saturday. I don't know how much of College Game Day you got to watch, Mertz, but the legend Lee Corso, his final show on ESPN's College Game Day on television, where he obviously made the headgear selection.
Yes.
An iconic moment, not just in college football, but really in sports television in general. Like, Lee Corso's the man. He built college football to what it is now in his role on TV. A story was shared about Barry Alvarez during the celebration of Lee Corso about a time that Barry and Coach Corso didn't necessarily get along entirely for some things that Lee had said on TV. Let's hear some of that story.
Well, let's get back to the story.
Yes, so continue, Coach, because actually this is where it gets good.
Corso comes out. He goes crazy. He goes ballistic because we fumble the ball, and Northwestern throws it over top and wins the game.
Yep. He said you should go in the locker room and apologize to your
team. Not only that, he said I should have been fired.
Yep.
He said that on air.
Yep.
He said that on air. I was a bit upset. And later that year, you always end up in New York. All the college, you end up in the Hall of Fame in New York, and I'm hunting him up now. I'm looking for
Were you thinking about this like all season long? Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, I didn't have to. It stuck in the back of my mind. I was I can't say how upset I was, but I spot him in New York, and I'm beelining after him. And, I can have a pretty good scowl. And Herbie spots that, and so does Lee. And Lee goes, that's all I say. There's a beeline. I could hardly even follow it. I couldn't even follow where he was going. But I was going after him.
Oh. Did you ever have any interactions after that?
Oh, after that. I cooled down after that.
Yeah, okay.
And,
and he goes on to say, they ended up having a great relationship, and so do Tarek and Derek with Kirk Herbstreit, talking about their relationship with Barry Alvarez and how it's similar to Kirk and Lee Corso's was over the years. So even though Kirk didn't play for Coach Corso, but the relationship they grew on TV. It was a great conversation. Subscribe to the Barry Alvarez Show podcast on the ESPN Wisconsin app, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. How awesome was that story to hear?
I love that story. And, Barry, I can picture him reacting in this moment.
Oh, yeah.
Barry. Lee Corso, the one thing that struck me, I did get to see the replay of his final, headgear picks. You know how, when you're younger and someone's just older and all you know is what they are? I didn't realize how good of a football player he was.
Yeah.
At Florida State.
Florida State,
correct?
Yeah, at Florida State. An underrated part of his legend.
Yeah.
Is how good of a football player he was.
Yeah. Absolutely. So just what a cool legacy to have. And, when you're a commentator on national TV, if you're not saying something to stir it up every once in a while, you're not doing your job.
Well, and again, this was 1996. The internet hadn't been what it was.
Yeah.
It is now. Social media didn't exist by a landslide. Coach Corso being critical on TV was what everyone had to go by at the time. And for him to say Barry Alvarez should be fired, no wonder Barry hears that. He was with a scowl trying to hunt him down in New York.
Fired is extreme. I would love to hear Barry's take on that decision. Going back, though, that was a pivotal time in his coaching career because they'd had the Rose Bowl. They went 4-5-2 the next year. You've got Rondane, this promising young back, and that did not work out well. Of what he tried to do with running out the clock with Rondane instead of taking a knee or punting.
ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light. That's the best of Barry Alvarez. Again, you can catch the Barry Alvarez Show every week on ESPN Madison and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Gruber Law Offices has a reputation for winning. Their team works tirelessly to help people seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There's never a fee until they win your case. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. We will get to some of our national picks coming up, as well as our final thoughts on Wisconsin, Middle Tennessee State. Before we do any of that, we have some special guests waiting to come on up and join us for our round of Scotty Says. It was a success last week. We'll see how we do this week. That's next on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you.
Be one of the first 30,000 ticketed fans through the gates at the Brewers game on Saturday, September 27th to collect a one-of-a-kind Brewers tumbler, courtesy of Quick Trip. Grab your seats today at brewers.com/giveaways.
Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Well, you and I, we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app, use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This is our crew.
Is a fly ball to right. Springer at the track, at the wall. Bye-bye baseball. Welcome back, Jack.
Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? Are we watch no bandit run. Keep your foot hard on the pedal, son, never mind them brakes. Let it all hang out, cause we got a run to make. The boys are thirsty in Atlanta, and there's beer in Texarkana, and we'll bring it back no matter what it takes.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light. When the mountains are blue, you know what to do. That's crush a Coors Light, as many of our fans are here at our tailgate on Regent Street. As we get set for Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State coming up at 3 o'clock at Camp Randall Stadium. One of our new favorite games that we get to play each week here at our Regent Street tailgate is called Scotty Says. If you think it's a lot like Family Feud, that's because that's exactly what it is. We just needed to call it something different for copyright infringement purposes. So without further ado, let's welcome in our contestants and let's play Scotty Says.
It's time to play Scotty Says.
Hi, dear.
Brought to you by Pizza Hut, the official pizza of Wisconsin College Gameday. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Give it up for Jesse Nelson.
Thank you very much, Big Voice Guy. It is my pleasure to welcome us into Scotty Says. Our first contestant from our trio competing today is Crystal. Crystal, thank you for joining us on the Tailgate Show. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
We are fantastic. Have you been to a Badgers game before?
Never. This is my first college football game ever.
That is awesome.
Fantastic.
We are so happy for you, and that is not going to bode well for this game. So good luck to you. All right. The way that we play Scotty Says is we have our top 5 answers on the board for a question that we're about to ask you. You go until you get one wrong. So you're trying to name what you think is on the board. Once you're wrong, your next contestant from your group will come up, and if all 3 of you can complete the board, we have a special prize in store for you. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Question, Crystal. Can you name, we surveyed the ESPN Madison office. What are the top 5 things you see on a Wisconsin Badgers game day?
Beer.
All right, hang on. One at a time. So beer. Is beer on the board? Scotty says that is number 3. It was actually listed as alcohol/drunk people.
I can't believe it's not number 1 because Wisconsin.
So that's on the board. Crystal, you get to go again.
Badger.
Badger. Is Badger on the board? Scotty says number 1 answer, Bucky Badger, or any other Badger logo. Crystal is 2 for 2. This is already much better than anyone did last week on the game, so that's a good start for us today. Let's go again, Crystal. Name something you see on a Badger game day.
Football.
Scotty says number 5.
Number 5.
Which is kind of funny. We surveyed the ESPN Madison team, and the least popular answer was football.
I'm surprised it made it at all at that point. If it's
why are we even talking about the game?
Why even do it?
All right, so you're 3 for 3, Crystal. That's awesome. You have the number 1, number 3, and
only
number
have
5
2 on the
answer.
board? Yeah.
Yeah, not even a strike yet for your team. You're going to hope, if you get to control the mic the whole time and your other teammates don't even come on, that means you're going to run the table here, and that'd be awesome. Crystal, name something you see on a Badger game day.
A W.
A W, okay. Mertzy, you're shaking your head.
No, I mean, right? It's there.
It's on your shirt.
Yeah,
okay.
I have one.
Scotty says that is incorrect. I'm sorry, Crystal. Thanks for playing. All right, send up Karina. Karina is next up on Scotty Says on ESPN Wisconsin College Game.
We haven't had any produce guesses yet this week.
No,
that was popular last week.
When we did name something red, cherry, apple, strawberry,
tomato.
Yeah, there are a lot of foods guessed. All right, Karina, welcome to Scotty
Hi.
Says. Hello. How are we doing, Karina?
I'm doing great.
Are you enjoying your college game day tailgate here on Regent Street?
Pleasure.
All right, here we go. So, Crystal did a great job. She got 3 of the 5 answers off the board, so 2 still to go. When you get a strike, you're out. If you get it right, you get to continue. Hopefully, you get to run the rest of the board, okay? Name something you see on a Wisconsin Badgers game day.
Cheese.
Cheese. All right, stereotypical Wisconsin, but a lot of places. You cheeseburgers, cheese curds.
And we had beer on the list.
Beer was on the list. All right, so cheese could be on there. I don't see. Well, there was mac and cheese from Liberty Station, so it was on. It was here. Scotty says It is on the board. Number 4, Bratz Cheese Curds Tailgating. We're going to count that all as one answer. Okay. It's a very lenient board that we put together here.
So is it number 2 that's still on the board?
Number 2 is still up there. If Karina can get it here, this team wins for the first time ever, Scotty says. Karina, number 2 answer still remains. Name something you see on a Badger game day.
Could it be anything that's red?
Anything that's red. The color red. We're going to accept the answer. Scotty says, you got it! Congratulations! Crystal,
nice.
Karina, and Bailey, who never got to talk, thanks for playing. They are the winners of Scotty Says.
Ran the table.
That was awesome.
That was nice.
Great job, team. Great job. We've got some Pizza Hut for you guys. So you guys are going to win some gift cards from Pizza Hut as our contestants for playing. Thanks so much. That is Scotty Says, brought to you by Pizza Hut on ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light. Introducing Pizza Hut's new handcrafted personal flats pizzas. For just $5 each, you can enjoy bold recipes like Nashville Hot Chicken, the Pepperoni Duo, 3 Cheese, Ultimate, and Chicken Bacon Ranch. The perfect pizza deal for game days. Find the nearest location or order online at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut. ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day. Live from Regent Street. Also brought to you in part by Pepsi. Pairs really well with Pizza Hut, I gotta admit. Enjoy Pepsi, a proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers. Get game day ready with Pepsi, the taste that scores every time. Try Pepsi Zero Sugar, the perfect drink for your tailgate party, and a tasty mixer on Wisconsin. And many of the fans here enjoying ice-cold Pepsi and Pepsi Zero Sugar, in addition to their ice-cold Coors Lights. Our game picks for around the country and our final thoughts on Wisconsin, Middle Tennessee, coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
The countdown to kickoff continues next. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day.
Bring your family out to the next Forward Madison FC game. Their family special, sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric, is the perfect budget-friendly option for any families to enjoy professional soccer in Madison. For just $21, get your game ticket, plus a meal and scarf. Get your family together and come cheer on the Mingos as they make their playoff push. Head to forwardmadisonfc.com to learn more and get your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
McCarrot Stone Health was outstanding.
My other provider couldn't get me in as quick as I wanted. So when I called Stoughton Health, things were going to happen much quicker, and that's why I decided to come here.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Northwestern Mutual of Southern Wisconsin. Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today. On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN. From LA to Piscataway, this is your college football scoreboard update, driven by Metro Ford of Madison.
Good afternoon, Wisconsin. My name is Riley Yauk, and it is time to go around the country for your college football scoreboard update, brought to you by Metro Ford of Madison. Let's start in Ames, Iowa, the battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Iowa State reigns supreme. They defeat Mark Gronowski and the Iowa Hawkeyes by a score of 16-3. Gronowski not looking like the savior that Iowa fans thought he would be. Less than 100 yards passing and an INT for him. Iowa State stays undefeated on the season. Iowa falls to 1-1. The Fighting Brett Bielema's Illinois defeats Duke 45-19 in a convincing non-conference victory. 24 Texas Tech handles Kent State 62-14. Florida State, they might be good. They hammered Texas A&M, Eastern Texas A&M, pardon me, 77-3. Texas handles business against San Jose State, 38-7. Indiana cruises over Kennesaw State, 56-9. Penn State 34-0 over FIU. And finally, SMU and Baylor heading to overtime on the CW. They're locked up at 38-all.
Metro Ford of Madison, Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Learn more at metrofordofmadison.com.
ESPN Wisconsin College Gameday, brewed by Coors Light, live on Regent Street as we get set for Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee State. Kickoff about 15 minutes away at Camp Randall Stadium. Jesse Nelson, Adam Mertz, as the party continues. A lot more people sticking around here till the end of the tailgate than last week. They all got in early for the light show. This time around, we're playing under the beautiful sun-splashed sky of Madison, Wisconsin. Let's enjoy an extra Coors Light before heading in, apparently, is the vibe from the fans.
It's hard to leave this tailgate, Jesse. I mean, we got everything here. We got the barbecue, we got the Coors Light, got us. I mean, why would you leave?
Well, I could think of a reason or two, and I think many other people could too, but they're enjoying themselves, and that's what matters. Riley, great scoreboard update. I'll have to text Brian Bulaga and let him know in case he missed it that Iowa State defeated his Iowa Hawkeyes. It's a tough loss for anyone who's a fan of Iowa today. I haven't seen any black and gold around here, but if there is, I'll make sure they are informed as well that was the case. A lot of fun games on the docket tonight. We'll get to our picks in just a minute, but first I want to remind you about TPC Wisconsin. For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, it's a beautiful course, home to the ESPN Madison Open, the AmFam Championship earlier this year. And yeah, it's starting to get to feel like it's not exactly golf season. That's exactly why they have a great offer right now. Enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues at TPC Wisconsin. Pay just $150 per month through March with no golf dues until April 1st. Submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience that you deserve. You a golfer?
I'm a hacker.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know Bulaga's a golfer, so if
Yeah.
he wants to come up, I'll tell him, your Iowa team is done for the season now because they lost to Iowa State.
You can spend your Saturdays golfing.
You can go over to TPC Wisconsin, get this membership without paying the full dues. He might enjoy that kind of thing.
One of my work buddies is building a house on that course. He cannot say enough great things about it.
It is gorgeous over there.
Yes.
Yeah, TPC Wisconsin. Fantastic. All right, a lot of great college football action. Not quite the same lineup that we had in week 1, wall-to-wall Thursday to Monday last week, but still a really good day of college football still ahead of us. Let's get to our picks for the week.
It's time to get into our picks of the week, and before we get into the games themselves, let me quick run you through our leaderboard updates, as hopefully in the future I'll have a graphic for this, but for now, I'll just let you know. In first place is the man who is not with us today. Brad Nortman has 3 points, and the rest of us are tied with 2, as he was the only member of the panel to pick Ohio State over Texas last week. Every other
Felt
pick
good about that one.
matched up. And this week we're all picking Wisconsin again, so no discrepancies there. For the national slate, the only matchup between 2 ranked teams tonight, ESPN College Gameday, the big one, was there this morning. Number 15, Michigan, at number 18, Oklahoma. A battle in Norman. Who do you guys got?
I'm strangely excited to watch this football game tonight. Like last week, I liked all the games that were on the slate. New Mexico, Jason Eck, former Badger, was the new head coach of the Lobos, and they went in it with a trick play, kind of stayed competitive with Michigan. Bryce Underwood's a freshman quarterback who's very good. Oklahoma has been down. They're kind of the Wisconsin of the SEC right now, and this would be a big game for them to try and overcome a lot of things. Big Ten versus SEC, I'll take the Big Ten team on the road. I like Michigan going to Norman, getting that win, and Oklahoma in a tizzy afterward because they're worried about where their program's at. Give me Michigan on the road tonight.
And so we'll have some differentiation here, Jesse.
Uh-oh.
Interesting that these teams have only met once previously.
Ever.
In the 1976 Orange Bowl. I am excited to see what John Mateer can do this year, who came over from Washington State with his OC, Ben Arbuckle, who is not even 30 years old, which is kind of wild. Talk about one of the bright young minds. Oklahoma, like you said, just had a rough year last year. They did have that huge win over Bama at the end of the season and kind of sank the Crimson Tide's playoff hopes. I like the fact that New Mexico got 7 pressures on Bryce Underwood last week. That tells me a little something coming into a foreign environment like this in Norman. I'm going to go with the Sooners today.
All right. I'm always Big Ten over SEC, so I'm going Michigan in that one.
You guys sound like your heart over mind on this one.
No, I like Michigan.
Okay.
On the road, the style Michigan plays travels, and Oklahoma's been tough. I mean,
they have.
Over Oklahoma, I like Michigan. Yep. Some of our fans, they're critiquing our picks now. This is a new element. We haven't had this before where the fans critique our picks. I like this.
And Mertz,
Riley, what do we got next? They're chirping us. This is good.
Mertz, come on. You always know I pick with my heart more than my head as well. The border war. It's not the border showdown. It's the border war. Kansas versus Mizzou. One of the great old rivalries in college football renewed this year at Missouri. Who do you got?
Remember how angry we were last year in the second half after Drew Aller got knocked out against Penn State? And you had this guy come in, and it looked like all he could do is run. Well, it turns out that Bo Perbula can pass the ball pretty well, too. He had a dynamic debut last weekend. I like Mizzou in this one.
Former SportsCenter anchor and ESPN Wisconsin teammate John Anderson is a proud Mizzou alum. He is a professor in a broadcasting course at the University of Missouri. And more importantly, Dr. Roebuck, my oboe instructor in college, graduated from the University of Missouri.
Wild.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Give me the Tigers for the oboe. The power of the oboe gets it done today in that rivalry renewed. Give me Missouri over Kansas.
M-I-Z. Missouri takes this one. And finally, number 12, Arizona State heading to Mississippi State. There's a little bit of beef there between these two fan bases. I know Barstool Sports has been involved. Should be interesting. Could be a tough road test for Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils. Who do you got?
I'll take Arizona State. They're ranked on the road. Arizona State, I'm still thinking of Scattaboo, and I know he's not there anymore, but they have a good quarterback, Levitt. Keep your eyes out for Levitt this year. He's going to be a good quarterback all season long. So Mississippi State's not very good. Like, they're an SEC school, but they're not very good. Give me Arizona State. They were a playoff team last year, and they took Texas and Matthew Golden to double overtime last year.
Should have beaten them.
Give me Arizona State.
I'm going to go with Arizona State. This is one of those interesting games that you don't get to see very often. These teams, I love that teams are taking more chances like this and going on campus. I thought about this one. I thought about picking Mississippi State. I just can't pull the trigger on it.
Riley, you'd make one fan here very happy if you pick Mississippi State. You going to do it?
The Bulldogs, unfortunately, MSU needs more cowbell. They're not getting it done today. Go Sun Devils. They're handling business tonight.
That was the biggest reaction we got since the T-shirt toss today. That's crazy.
Let's go. That's it for our college game selections. We'll get Brad Nortman's picks. I'll do that off air.
He's disqualified. He didn't show up for the show. He's disqualified. He didn't get to pick this week. Sorry, Brad. Those are our picks brought to you by Pepsi. Enjoy Pepsi, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers. Get game day ready with Pepsi, the taste that scores every time. Try Pepsi Zero Sugar, the perfect drink for your tailgate party, and a tasty mixer on Wisconsin. I think these guys all could use a Pepsi right now. Look, they were getting after it pretty. They need a tasty mixer and a Pepsi right now, or a Pepsi Zero Sugar. All right, Mertz, final thoughts. Wisconsin and Middle Tennessee about to kick it off at Camp Randall.
Come out sharp, come out strong, make this a non-issue from the start. I really want to see that run game dominant this week, and I want to see what Danny O'Neal does with a full week of practice and a game plan built around him.
Run the football. Danny O'Neal's going to keep that thing on the ground, snap the ball, get it cleanly, hand it to someone behind you all day, run that score up.
All day, every day.
Worst FBS team out of 136. We'll see how Wisconsin does. All right, take the pledge. Everybody take the pledge with me before we go. Repeat after me, Mertzy, and our fans. I pledge. To tune in. To the postgame show. That's right. That's it. That's the end of the pledge. Riley Alk, Josh DiMaggio coming up afterwards on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, ESPN Milwaukee. Make sure you tune in for the postgame show immediately after the final whistle this afternoon. Wisconsin, Middle Tennessee about to get underway. Thanks so much for joining us live from Regent Street. Thanks to Evan Cohen, Colin Russo, our producer Riley Alk, who's hosting that postgame show, and all of you for coming along. This has been ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming